Welcome to the world famous Buckeye show with your guys, Cleveland Mike and your guy Terry, man. How are you doing? Let us know in the chat right now. How you doing? And Terry, how you doing, man? How's everything been?
Brother, everything's been good with me, man. It's been a crazy week, man. Like all the stuff we're going to talk about today, man. So I can't wait to get into it. How you been though?
Man, I've been good, man. Had a busy weekend. My daughter had dance competition Saturday, Sunday. So, we was all just trying to recuperate from that. When we came back home Sunday, bro, everybody was just passed out, just knocked out, bro. So like I said, it's been dance competition for us. And then this week getting I think my son, we had to go to this little thing for his kindergarten. So yeah, just staying busy, man. Kids keep you busy. Yeah. You know about all that, Terry.
Nah, for sure. Hey, my daughter's got a cheer competition coming up, man. So that weekend gonna be slumped, just like you said, man.
Yeah. See, I'm glad about the dance, man, because I hear like the cheer competitions are a bit wild, man.
Oh, dude, they're chaos. It's just utter chaos for 6 hours out of your day after you travel to get there, depending on where it is. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, and then I saw like they had that. I don't know if you've seen the viral video of what was going on in Dallas at one point, but they just had like a big brawl going on. So that was crazy. Goodness. Yeah. That was like a few weeks ago. And I want to say what what do you call that? We had a dance competition like right not that far, like probably like 10 minutes away from where that happened at. But let's get into the show. Before we get started, we always got to go ahead, thank our members. Shout out Doreen, Blue Wolverine, Win Stars Alarm, Bootzilla, Jordan, Grizz, Robert, Jam OSU, Philip Buford, Doug Shepard, John Bruce, Ferguson, and that's it, man. We appreciate y'all. Hey, Garrison, he sent me a copy of the email just letting you all know we are not BSing you. We do have some things lined up for you all with some special Buckeyes. Let's just say that, Garrison been putting in work. And if you do want to become a member of our show, you have the Blocko Club for $2.99. JT wasn't short for $4.99, and we don't give a damn for $9.99. So check into that, and also make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. But Terry, we got a lot of stuff that's been going on around college football, man.
Dude,
I mean, you got Saban meeting up with Trump. We have to do something about this NIL. Them damn people up north, them Ohio State Buckeyes, they cannot get away with
it. Hey, I love that. I love Saban talking to Trump, man. Saban should just be the commissioner of college football. We need to figure out a way to just vote him in to be the commissioner of college football. We know that he was able to, pay some players down there in Alabama for the longest time when people wasn't. But it's all right. He knows what's right and what's wrong. Let Saban be the commissioner of college football. Let him and Trump get in real good, and then we can get all the things that we want done in college football.
Facts. I agree. I mean, I think we were saying last season that Nick Saban needed to be the commissioner of college football. So, I mean, to be honest, I hope it happens. Exactly. Speaking of that, maybe if we had a commissioner of college football, we can already have this whole team up north, cheating scandal, whatever you want to call it, could already be done. Team up north is mad that the university is caving to the NCAA because they suspended them for 2 games. But you got to pick your punishment. So I still don't understand what you're complaining about.
Yeah, dude, the Michigan fans are all over the place with this. And honestly, I can see why, bro. It's just because, they don't know what to expect. That's the thing. When you don't know what to expect, then you can go whatever direction you want. Like, we know at Ohio State, if something like this came up, it's like, all right, well, Ryan Day is getting fired. this guy's getting fired. We're about to start. We're about to have a new staff. Maybe we'll like one or two of the guys from this staff, and that'll be it. But Michigan, they don't know what's going to happen, bro. So it all comes down to what the NCAA does.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's all come down to what they did. I just feel like coaches have been fired for less. And I said on one of the previous shows is the simple fact of is if you just give them a slap on the wrist, all this do is tell every other university is, hey, go ahead, cheat, spend the money. Here's the cheating department or whatever, because the return on investment, you make it to the playoffs, that's already some millions. You advanced in another round, that's some more millions. You advance another one, that's more millions. So the return on the investment, I mean, why not cheat if they just gonna give you a slap on the wrist?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a booster, I'm paying. Hey, all they giving a slap on the wrist? cheat.
Yeah. Look, if you're a head coach that wants to go to the NFL, cheat. Go on, win you a national championship. Go to whatever NFL job you want to go to. You're good to go.
Facts, man. And also, you have Jim Knowles. Now, everybody that's been on this platform have probably already heard my take on the Jim Knowles situation. I'm just going to add this in here, right? So yesterday, I went out and I said, Jim Knowles coming out with this basically made his sister look like a liar. Well, I tweeted that and as well, and his sister was not happy. Now, apparently she thought that it was me coming at her. No, your brother lied. He made you look like a liar. That's all I'm saying, man. And I mean, it's facts, right? Also, she can't deny that flat out. Here's, you were saying it was Ohio State was stopping him from going to the celebration. Ohio State did not stop that man from going to celebration. He stopped himself when he made that 5:00 a.m. phone call. That's when he said he was done with the university. You're done.
I agree with that, man. Especially he was still under contract. And honestly, Mike, what this whole thing smells to me like, I know Ryan Day will never come out and say this, right? Nobody from Ohio State will ever come out and say this. But what this feels like to me is Jim Knowles was worried about whether they were actually going to keep him or not after the Natty, because me and you talked about this. And I think that the defensive scheme that they're running in the playoffs was not exactly being left up to what Jim Knowles wanted to do.
Facts.
Because everything he wanted to do, I mean, we've seen it over years and years and years. Big games, they were, the defense was just simply not good. I mean, then you had the Michigan game. But again, I just think that in the playoffs, he was not being given 100% freedom to do what he wanted to do. And I think that he was worried about whether they were going to even offer him the job back or not. So I think he was like, look, if they're not going to offer me the job, the national championship's already running late. Like, I got to get on the phone. We got to get some people, or I got to get on the phone and get myself a spot.
But here's the thing. You don't have to do that right away.
I mean,
I don't feel a national championship defensive coordinator needed to do that right away. I mean, to be honest, we've seen defensive coordinators literally get fired for one university that considered a top tier and honestly move to the same level of that other university. We've literally seen it.
Yeah, but also
where's Tom Allen right
season?
now?
Listen, with the season running so late, all those jobs are coming open and filling up.
Where's Tom Allen right now?
Where's Tom Allen at? I don't even know.
And Clemson?
Yes, he's at Clemson. Yep. I forgot.
Same level. That's what I'm saying. Same level. Like my thing is this is I don't feel like I don't feel he had to do it. And I'll tell you this. The mandate was to throw everything that you had into these players. Let's get these seniors. Let's get these guys who sacrifice so much this natty. And instead of doing that, every other coach is on board, right? Is on board with that. Keenan Bailey telling, hey, Max Clare and y'all, I can't. The mandate is this. Max Clare basically committed without being recruited, which is just facts. These guys weren't doing any outside influences, but Jim Knowles wanted to take it upon himself to be selfish. That's not a leader of men. That's not what you're talking about. The brotherhood, sacrificing. Jim Knowles doesn't fit that, man. I'm glad he's out of the building.
I agree with you. Now, I know I took a little left turn there and kind of defended him a little bit, but either way, what my point was more so not to defend him. I think my point was more so that Ryan Day was not making him comfortable and letting him know that you just got a job here and everything's going to be good. That was kind of the perspective I was looking at it from. Because I mean, I don't feel sorry for Jim Knowles. Like, I truly believe that in the playoffs, Ohio State had to do something. They had either Ryan Day told him what he was allowed to do or whatever it was. That was not what Jim Knowles wanted to do and how he wanted to call those games. And I know it wasn't. I mean, you even heard Denzel Burke came out and made a statement. When he was talking, I forget what, I think it might have been.
Thought Jim Knowles was going to lose him the game.
And he literally said, we were worried about him losing us. All right, not in these exact words, so don't say I'm quoting him wrong. But basically, he said we were worried about the calls that were happening in the national championship game, whether it was going to make us lose the game or not. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I just don't think that Ryan Day was making him comfortable, bro. That's where I'm at. Like, I think that people look at it like, oh, Jim Knowles left Ohio State. I think Ryan Day basically let him know, like, bro, if you want to leave, like, I mean, go ahead. Like, we don't really care. Hey, I could be wrong, but that's how I feel about it.
Hey, Doreen, me and her was friends too. I mean, we honestly were, but she felt some way about that, about me talking about her brother. So, I mean, she took it personally where she thought I was talking about her, and I wasn't. So, I mean, it is what it is. We gonna move on. Man, so the stuff was coming out about I want to say Ari and what's the other guy's name? I'm pulling it up right here. Ari and Andy put out top 10 jobs in college football right now. You got basically Ohio State for Andy is number 2, for Ari is number 3. As you look at this list, Terry, what do you think about this list? Top 10 jobs.
Man. Let me take a look at this, Mike. Let me take a look.
Man. All right. Well, so my thing is top 10 jobs. Yes, Texas. If you're just talking money, okay, Texas. Yeah. I think to put Georgia up there at number 1, I'm trying to understand what you're talking about because majority of their success is Kirby Smart, right? Would you have put them in the top 3 before Kirby when it was Mark Richt? I don't think so. You probably would have put it maybe in the top 10, top 15, but you definitely wouldn't have it in the top 5, I don't believe.
Yeah. I think Oregon is too high on both of these lists, man.
Agree.
If I'm being honest, Oregon should probably be anywhere maybe like right below Michigan at 9, like maybe move them there. Something like that. Like, Oregon is definitely not that good of a job. Honestly, they only put them up there because it seems like their NIL is crazy. But like, look at the recruiting trail right now, dude. They're getting packed up left and right. Like, yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. So, I just with Oregon, you don't have the recruiting base anywhere near you. You have to go to California, where you already have USC out there. And you have teams like Ohio State, stuff like that will go out and take the best talent in California. So. I think Oregon just in general should be a lot lower. I don't know. That has to just be NIL related for them to be 4th on both of these lists.
And I think a lot of this is recency bias because to put Bama that low, I think is crazy. If you're looking at what the recruits are talking about or just top talent, they're still considering Bama. They are still considering Bama.
Exactly.
So it's very hard for me to sit there and say, oh, I'm going to put Bama at 7 behind LSU. I mean, I think LSU is a great job. And to be honest, just about every coach they have had, they have won a national championship with. But, I mean, I still don't see it above Alabama. I just don't.
Maybe you flip Alabama and Oregon on both lists, and that makes the list better.
Facts. A little bit.
I mean, I honestly don't think I would put Oregon above Michigan though. That's where I mean, I think Michigan is a really good job. I just think that because especially because you have you have Michigan, then you have the whole Midwest. That Midwest recruiting is a little crazy. Plus, Michigan always recruits Ohio well. I don't know, man.
Do they recruit well? I would say that they recruit well.
I mean, they have the chance to at least, right? It just depends on
the 3 stars. Like they'll get those, they'll get the guys that Ohio that weren't on high on the Ohio State board, or that Ohio State wasn't under. So I can't really say that they recruited well because you're not plucking the top talent like all out, like, and you're beating Ohio State consistently for all of the top talent. You might get one here or there, but you're not. I can't say that they recruit Ohio well. And then also, why I can't put them that high is the state. Recruiting your own state.
Yep.
The talent is not there. The talent
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
100%.
So
yeah, because their talent has been pretty bad. I know they have like a couple high-end players come out, but overall their talent is terrible. And honestly, again, when you have that graphic up, Oregon and Michigan both are kind of the same with that. Like Oregon needs to go to California if they want to get some talent, and chances are they're going to probably end up having to take some of the lesser talent over there and identify the diamond in the rough players. Same way how Michigan has to do with Ohio. When I look at coaching job, that's like one of the main things I look at, especially when you're comparing two teams like that. Like you're looking at Oregon and Michigan, they're in the same conference. I mean, that's easy to do. But you start talking about different conferences, that does get a little tricky. But I also think the Oregon job would have got a little bit worse, like a little bit farther down that list with them moving to the Big Ten. I know they won the Big Ten the first year they were in it, but the Big Ten's harder than the Pac-12. Come on, like everybody knows that the Big Ten is better than the Pac-12.
Big fact. Big fact. So we also have, I don't know. We could talk about this for a little bit, but I felt like Joe Klatt, had got drunk and then just went ahead, dropped this list, and just said it's whatever. I think that this list is insane. I think that there's a lot of disrespect, and I've seen other people's lists. And there is a lot of disrespect going towards Notre Dame. You could sit here and talk about, it's not a proven quarterback. I think that their quarterback's going to be better than Riley Leonard. And look where they got to with Riley Leonard being not that good of a quarterback.
Now, I'm going to push back on this a little bit, Mike. I'm going to push back on this. I think that Notre Dame had a really easy go at it in the playoffs, bro. So that got them to where they, obviously they could do that again, but I don't know, man. They got a really lucky draw in the playoffs. You have
okay. You put Notre Dame and Penn State against each other.
What are you talking about here?
Notre Dame and Penn State played in the CFP. Do you think that Notre Dame would beat Penn State, or do you think Penn State gonna beat Notre Dame?
If they played next year, I think Penn State would beat Notre Dame.
I don't think so. I do not think so. I think what a lot of
anytime.
Here's my thing is a lot of people don't understand that CFP run. You could say that they did whatever they did, but a lot of their key starters were not even playing in hurt.
Now,
they were hurt.
I have to give you that. That's true.
Those guys are going to be playing next year. So, I think that a lot of people aren't counting that. A lot of people aren't counting the young guys who are all, for the guys that did leave, those guys now got reps as well. I think that this team is going to be a lot better. And then also, if you have the quarterback being able to be better throwing the ball than what Riley Leonard was,
let me ask you this, Mike, let me ask you this. Last year, if Notre Dame had Ohio State's playoff schedule, how far did they make it?
Ooh.
So Tennessee, do they beat? Let's go game by game. Do they beat Tennessee?
I think they beat Tennessee.
Tennessee at home. Okay. Do they beat Oregon in the Rose Bowl?
That I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe not, because they would be their worst own enemy in man-to-man, I would say.
Okay, so they don't beat Oregon. Do they beat Texas?
I don't think so.
Hell no, Mike. They don't beat Texas. This is what I'm saying. I think that Notre Dame was probably maybe the 5th best team, the 4th best team in college football last year. They made it to the national championship, and that's cool. But also, I understand they had a lot of injuries. They got people coming back and all that good stuff, right? Like, I get that. I mean, they did lose some people also, so you got to factor that in. It probably will balance out. They'll probably be about as good as they were last year. I mean, if James Franklin is cooking over there and they get better, then I can see what you're saying. But I also think the same thing about Penn State. So my argument is not necessarily that Penn State is better than them. It's more so just that I think both of those teams may end up being like where they always are, like the 5th or 6th or 7th best team in the country next year.
So do you agree with Oregon being over Notre Dame?
For next year, yes, I do. Yes, I think Oregon was better than them last year. I think that Oregon. I mean, you're obviously both teams have a new quarterback, right? So you're talking Dante Moore or what's Notre Dame's quarterback going to be? I forget his name.
CJ Carr or the other
CJ Carr, yeah. So you're talking Dante Moore or CJ Carr. Obviously, I don't know which one of them is going to be better, but overall, if you're just looking at talent, I think I think Oregon has a more talented team.
I don't know, man. We're going to have to agree to disagree on this because I think that Notre Dame's I think that they're honestly getting disrespected. And anybody who knows me know I'm not normally high on Notre Dame. But what I have been just watching and seeing what they've been doing, I think also what a lot of people aren't including is this isn't the same Brian Kelly Notre Dame. Their recruiting has went up and took a surge since Marcus Freeman has taken over the reins. So it's not going to be, I think that they're building to be a team where they can reload and it's not just rebuild. And
you think they can be a reload team?
Here's my thing. You're telling me that Oregon,
that's steep, Mike.
You're telling me that Oregon can be a reload team when they lost. No one's talking about all the production that Oregon lost, and then also all the transfers that they had to bring in.
Now that's true. But they also went out and got players from the portal that were like rated high. They went out and got players that should be very good from the portal and with their recruiting classes they've been bringing in the last couple.
That's
years.
what they said about them DBs last year, bro. Don't believe the hype.
I mean, I don't believe the hype. If you're looking at it from an Ohio State perspective, I don't believe the hype. But do I believe that those DBs will be able to guard Notre Dame wide receivers? Probably. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like probably. I think they'll be fine.
They'll be fine against Notre Dame, man. Hey, shout out Terry, y'all. Before we continue, let's go ahead and get to our sponsorship. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the voice of college football. See what our partner, Win Agency, has to say about his partnership experience with us on the screen. Let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. Contact us at sponsorships@vocfb.com. Again, that is sponsorships@vocfb.com. Definitely make sure that you are tapped in with our partnerships as we are able to tap into a lot of different markets. We have channels all over covering Miami, Clemson, Oregon. We got it all, man. So we West Coast, we Midwest, we South, we wherever you at, we at. So check us out. And I also have it right there in the ticker at the bottom if you missed that as well. So we got to get into some.
Hey, Mike, real quick before we move on.
Go ahead.
I put a poll in the chat for y'all. I know it's a little late because we finished the topic, but I genuinely want to know what the chat thinks. In the chat, the poll is: do you think that Notre Dame will finish ranked higher than Oregon or Penn State in 2025? I gave two options because I think both of those teams are I think they'll both be better than Notre Dame next year. So let me know what you guys think in that poll. And we're gonna move on from it, but I'll come back to it and see what the results are.
Shout out to the chat. Chat, no. Oh, chat, y'all messing up, chat.
half and
Y'all
half. Mike.
messing up, chat.
Don't be hating on half of our chat guy or chat people.
The chat just messed up. The chat just took a wrong turn. It took a turn for the worse, man.
Oh snap.
So we gotta get into some Buckeye recruiting, man. There's some things going on right now. All we have been talking about is everybody is recruiting their position crazy, right? But they've been talking about that last Infinity Stone, Larry Johnson. There's pictures going around. Larry Johnson is on the trail. Larry Johnson is going around showing that championship ring, letting people know. And also, it's not just Larry Johnson. These recruits are talking about what Matt Patricia is doing and how he's breaking down defense to them as well. It is piquing these guys' interest. Terry, talk to me about Larry Johnson on the trail and also Matt P helping out as well.
Man, let me start with Matt Patricia, man, because Larry Johnson, I don't think there's much to say, man. He's on the trail a little bit, but he's gonna have to do something because we need some recruits. You know what I mean? But with Matt Patricia, I'm glad that the recruits are calling out what he's doing. That makes me think that when he's talking to them, he's letting them know, like, look, when you come here to play, like, you're gonna be able to play free, you're gonna be able to play fast, you're gonna be a playmaker, you're gonna be a star. Like, and that, as long as he does that, then the defensive recruiting all up and down is going to fly up over the next couple of years. Just because I think that Ohio State, that's like the one thing that they were missing on defense, right? Under Jim Knowles, the defense was good, but then you might get put in a bad spot sometimes. You might get cooked. You don't look as good as you are, so on and so forth. But if Matt Patricia can put these guys in a position where they can play fast and we can start having superstars on defense, and I'm telling you, that's when you start seeing those big time, like, number one guys in the country start to want to come to Ohio State and play here. And honestly, that's really the only thing we've been missing. You know what I mean? Like, we get those occasionally. We got Caleb Downs out of the portal, so obviously that was cool. But just making our defense look more fun and the recruits and the players being excited about it is something that I'm like, I couldn't wait to happen. That was all. Go ahead.
Nah. Shout out Buckeye Shine, man. He said Joe Klatt is a clown. I agree. He has changed up tremendously. Mike, Terry, tell us what your top 5 would be and who's your dark horse. I'll say my dark horse I want to put at Arizona State. I think that they could be better than what they were last year. They do have a lot returning, and we saw how that they were able to they started off slow and took Texas down to the wire. But you got to also remember that program has not been on that big of a stage. Now they have that experience, and they will be going in there with revenge. So I would say Arizona State will be my surprise team, possibly getting past one of those games. Again, I'll say my top 5 would be Ohio State. I'm gonna put Clemson in there because I believe they're gonna win their conference.
Clemson at 2?
I'm not ranking them top 5.
I'm just top 5, Mike.
I'm giving the 5. I'm giving the top 5, just not put them in no order.
I'll put mine in order since Mike's scared, man. No order.
All right, you want me to put them in order? Ohio State at 1.
I agree. That's mine. Ohio State at 1.
Okay. Let's go. Texas at 2.
Texas at 2. I like it. All right. I'm with you. So we're the same so far. So I don't have to give mine now.
You about to hate me. Notre Dame at 3.
Okay. All right. We're going to disagree there.
Penn State at 4.
Okay.
And then to any other SEC team, show me something. I'm put Georgia at 5.
Okay. That's not bad. Man, I got Ohio State at 1, Texas at 2. Give me Penn State at 3. Give me Georgia at 4. Give me Oregon at 5. That's where I'm at.
Man, people believing in this Oregon stuff. I don't know. I think we're gonna.
I don't believe in it, man. It's a preseason top. You know what I mean? They gotta come. Listen.
My guy Fishman put Clemson at 1. And to be honest,
Clemson at one.
I'm gonna say this: going through that ACC, I could see them running that, being undefeated, just like how they always been, ready and probably the freshest team going into the playoffs, bro.
I couldn't see that, man. They don't got what they used to have. That's the thing. They used to have. I mean,
true.
Listen, our boy Truther told me that their trenches are crazy, and I don't believe him. So I don't know.
They returning back a lot too. They're another team that's returning back a lot. That's why it's so up in the air, man. A lot of guys. This is gonna be a crazy year. I just think that every year is about to get crazier and crazier and crazier for college football, man. So, you know, again, we were talking about Larry Johnson, but James Laurinaitis is doing some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
He went ahead. You pluck TJ Alford out of Florida. You pluck Riley Pettijohn out of Texas. 2 5-star kids. Now he's talking about doubling down and getting maybe 2 more 5 stars. Now I know some of these recruiting services want to rank these guys maybe 4 or stuff. We ain't doing that. We didn't see the talent. We already know. I seen some people got Sincere at 4. If the man was down in Texas or if he was in Florida, he would be a 5, flat out. But let's get to Tyler Atkinson, man. You know, was my guy trolling or was he serious when my guy Mark Gliver from Buckeye Huddle, shout out to Buckeye Huddle, when this happened? Because Mark going viral for this question. And with Tyler Atkinson.
Hey, the flow of the conversation is kind of funny, actually.
It was. I just clipped up a little bit of it, though.
Well, where are they at on the board?
They're top. They're top school on the board.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Just because they are.
Just because they are.
Hey, he did go on to say because of the relationships and stuff like that. But the way that went, that was funny. I mean, I think that's what I've heard. I've heard that we are like the top on his board, and that Ohio State is really in it, especially because of James Laurinaitis, man. I think we might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline, and he's just in his first couple years. Think about Brian Hartline in his first couple years. You know, it didn't blow up to like this super insane thing that Brian Hartline is right now. I think that might be what you have with a guy like James Laurinaitis, and I think that he's someone who you almost guarantee has like defensive coordinator potential. Like, you know what I mean? Almost guarantee he has defensive coordinator, head coach potential. So I don't know. Ryan Day been killing it with the hires, man. I just got to give him credit for that. I was wondering, do you remember there was a time, right, where we were wondering as fans if we were going to hire James Laurinaitis or if we were going to hire like another D-line coach? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And a lot of people were torn on it. It was like kind of the subject of conversation on Twitter and stuff like that. And I'm glad that we hired James Laurinaitis because, I mean, he seems like he's going to be a superstar, like I said. And the kids see that. And, I mean, how could they not, dude? You know, you're talking about a guy who he played at Ohio State, was really good at Ohio State, went off to the NFL and became like he's going to be a Hall of Famer, right? Like, I would imagine he led the Rams in tackles, or he became like their all-time leading tackler. So I don't know, man. It's just that's credibility. You get or what I always like to call undeniability. You know, you can't be undeniable, and that's what he is. So. And
you saw it work for Brian Hartline, and you know
exactly.
When you're a kid, you want to get to the league. You want to surround yourself around people who you learn about. You know, surround yourself around people that are going to go in the direction that you want to go, right? If you want to go in a positive direction, surround yourself around those people, right? You in business and stuff like that, you don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. You want to surround yourself around guys who are smarter in other topics and things like that than you. And that's the thing. And I hope these kids, here's my motto is I don't trust these kids. You know, I like to wait till it's signed on the dotted line. Now, yeah. Now
you do always say that.
Yeah, I've always said that. Now, you get to learn as you learn more about the kids and their families, and you get to see how their family's mindset is. Then that's when I start, okay, I can buy in, because we've seen kids just use the Ohio State brand for NIL, before. So I don't think that that's the case in this situation, but I'm excited about it, man. Like I'm really excited that we can get this. And you're talking about a room that went from the Tommy Eichenberg, the Tough Borlands, the Steel Chambers, to now Riley Pettijohn, TJ Alford, the Sincere Johnson, and Tyler Atkinson, man. And speaking of Sincere Johnson, from Glenville, right out of Cleveland, Ohio, on the east side, he came down to 3 schools, right? And to be honest, this is a guy who I'm going to say is, he's taking his recruitment serious, right? All 3 of these schools, I could say, okay, for your position, for your skill set, I could see either one of these schools using and maximizing your skill set and allowing you to go to the next level. Some of these kids, we'd be like, why did he put down in the graphic? They defense ain't never been known for, you know what I'm saying? Or just things like that. That's not what we're seeing. So I know, there are some Buckeye fans that's sitting there, man, he probably going to go to Bama, or he probably not going to go to Ohio State. Regardless, this young man has a good head on his shoulders, and at least his top 3 are really good schools for his position. But I think he's going to be a Buckeye, man. I really think that this guy's going to be a Buckeye. The Ohio State and the Ville pipeline is legendary. It's undefeated. Again, talking about my thing is don't go against the grain. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Don't go against the grain.
Yeah, don't go against the grain, man.
Follow suit. Do what you're supposed to do,
bro. I'm telling you, do not go against the grain. Ohio State, Glenville is legendary. You have seen all the legends that came out the field and how they have had tremendous college careers and then went on to have tremendous NFL careers. And again, that short term, it never outweighed that long term, because Marshawn Lattimore got paid in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. Yeah. And then, honestly, go ahead.
And then also, again, you could talk about, let's just talk about if football didn't work out, or, knock on wood, injury or anything like that. Look at the position that Ohio State has put Cardale Jones at. This man is still the face of the university when it comes to recruiting and things like that. So, and you hear about all of the Buckeyes talk about how you are set up for life after football. Like, you are set up for life, and you can always come back. There was the linebacker, Curtis Grant, just opened up a business in Columbus, right? They thought about not opening up in Columbus, opening it somewhere else. I think back in, I think maybe his wife's or something, home state, or his home state or something like that. But anyways, now they have a business. The whole Columbus came out to support having a line. So, I mean, just being a Buckeye, there's nothing better, bro. There's nothing better.
Yeah, I mean, and Mike, listen, if we're being honest, bro, like, I got to see a kid, I got to see Alabama or Penn State or any team in the entire country come into Glenville and take a kid like this that we want this bad and take him out away from Ohio State. I haven't seen it, and I don't think it's going to happen with him either. I think he is taking his recruitment serious in the sense of, like, he's looking at the options, but I think he knows where he wants to go. And honestly, these kids nowadays would be stupid not to do that, dude. And Senior don't play that, Mike. Yeah. He don't play that. Ted Ginn Senior does not let his big time kids that are like big time, highly recruited kids. He's not going to let them just commit to Ohio State and just be done with it. He wants them to go out there and enjoy the experience. And, they go out there and they kind of put the rest of their team on the map too, stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I love what he's doing. I'm not mad about it. And I expect him to be a Buckeye. Arvell Reese is like his best friend also, from what I hear. He like looks up to Arvell, and I see no reason why he can't just follow up Arvell. You know what I mean? Like, just come on here, follow up Arvell.
That's the thing that people got to understand, right? Like, I remember running track for my high school, Rose, indoor track meet. We all sitting there, and next thing you know, I just hear everybody scream, and everybody just start running. And I'm like, what is going on?
Where is this going?
Guess what? Guess who just walked the door? Mind you, this is a city track league. Like, I mean, all the high schools in Cleveland Public high schools, everybody's there. Start running. Guess who they're running for? Who's the big time back then? Who did we all grow up seeing? Ted Ginn Jr. Everybody running up to Ted Ginn because a lot of people looked up to him. Even myself, I didn't go to Glenville, but I got to see him play. Everybody seen him growing up. Just when you see something like that, you know, you follow it. You look up to it. It's inspiring. So this guy is going to probably be at Ohio State a lot during the season, whether he commits to the Buckeyes or not. Going to be hanging out with Reese. Going to be seeing Reese making plays. And he's going to be way more hyped for Reese making plays than any other team on any other game on any Saturday.
Hey, and plus Arvell Reese is about to have a big time year this year, man.
Facts.
So like he's gonna have a lot to be hype about.
Shout out Fisherman. Yeah, look, hey, they talking about the Bourne brothers being successful in Columbus. Yeah, like,
exactly.
Like Columbus take care of you, bro. The Ohio State connection takes care of you. Before we move on, I do want to just go through. On this channel, we have the Ohio State Primetime Live Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you check Garrison and Ryan out. Garrison has been on Ryan has been on vacation, so I filled in this Monday. I think Terry's filling in. You filling in tomorrow, right?
Probably. It's not a guarantee yet, but yeah, probably. So
be checking out for them. I will, pull up for the fourth day in a row, but Thursdays are packed for me. And then we also make sure you subscribe. We're here every Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Time. Make sure you're checking us out. And then you also have Mark every Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. you can catch Mark. And then they also have the college football show Mondays through Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you stay and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for when we go live because we're always bringing you great content. And like we said, we got something big coming for y'all. So members will be getting that first. Shout out to the members. So if you ain't a member, you ain't going to be getting it first. I'm just letting you know. All the members, they're going to be the first ones. So check them out. Now, Terry, we do have some teams. We was talking about these teams. We rank some of these teams in our top 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I need to know, every year they say, oh, the Buckeyes, natty or buzz, natty or buzz. That's all we heard, right? Now we won the natty. Now everybody got to get off of us. But what nobody I feel like keeps talking about, because last year, everybody want to talk about our $20 million. Now it's double. Texas double that? $40 million?
Yeah, that's an insane number.
Texas is a natty or bust team, and they will fall under the category for me. Texas is definitely one of my natty or bust teams. Regardless, Sark got to do it. Now you have Arch Manning. I don't care that he's a first-year starter. You spent all of this money.
He's also a junior, Mike.
Hey.
He's also a third-year player. Like, you know what I mean? I get he's a first-year starter, but like you're talking, this is not like first-year CJ Stroud. This is like Dwayne Haskins, his age. You know what I mean? Like, and from that sense, and Dwayne came in right away and was a beast. So.
Broke records. So I'm expecting the same thing from Arch.
And Arch has a lot of experience too already. So
yeah, I'm expecting the same thing from Arch, Terry. What would be your other natty or bust team? And why?
Oh man, I don't think I have another one, dude. I don't know. When I'm going into this year, like I looked at this question and I'm like, I don't really know if I have any team as natty or but. Oh no, actually, yeah, the other one is Penn State.
I was about to say.
Wait, what? It's definitely Penn State, dude. James Franklin has never had what he has this year with his 5-star all everything quarterback coming back, guy who's projected to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. All their players came back for another year, just like how Michigan and Ohio State players did the last couple of years. They got Jim Knowles, the national championship winning DC, who's the highest paid DC in college football. They got no excuses, man. I think they got them a wide receiver, even the kid from Syracuse. I forget his name, not to disrespect him, but the kid from Syracuse, he was the beast out there for Kyle McCord. Pena, yep, that's what it was. I don't know, man. Penn State's got to be the only other one that I can think of.
My thing is, I do want to see what Pena is going to do in the Big Ten, right? He didn't really have to worry about defenses in the ACC. Now you're coming to the Big Ten. You're going to have to go up against defense every week.
He's about to get locked up.
Yeah. I mean, is that going to happen? Because, I mean, that's my thing. I feel like, they say that they got that other transfer guy, I think came from a lower level and came up. We're going to see. I do hope for Drew Aller's sake that he does have weapons. But and I also want to say I think Fisherman is like spying on my notes over here, something like that, because he got all the teams that I got, Penn State and Clemson. Clemson, they returned. They basically, I feel, kind of did what we did. They added a couple pieces. Dabo finally hitting the portal, right? Also, you go ahead, do the things you need for people to come back. Natty or bust. You in the ACC. That should be easy. Natty or bust for Dabo.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that one, but hey, I respect it though.
All right. Another Natty or bust team. And maybe this just might be, just old hate or something like that. But Notre Dame is a natty or bust team for me. They were, like I said, they returned a lot of people. They have put in a lot of resources. They are a natty or bust team. Here's my thing. And the reason why I say that is Notre Dame has gotten to the playoffs. I want to say, in the 14 playoff, they got there 2 times. Now they got there 3 times. You finally made it to the national championship. And because
they had an easy schedule, but
you can say because they had an easy schedule or whatever. But
I was poking fun at you, man. Because we were talking about it.
But with that is you feel that you have a better quarterback. You didn't go in the portal to go get you a quarterback. You feel you have all of this talent returning. You had all of the talent that the young guys that got to play. I think you have to follow that up with the natty. You have to follow that up with a natty. I think it is natty or bust. You don't have a conference championship to play for. Other than that, if you don't go and you don't win a natty this year, right? And then you go ahead and you lose these players that return and you lose them to the draft. Now, you could possibly be in rebuild mode. Possibly.
You just told me earlier that was a reload team, not a rebuild team.
Here's the thing.
That's what you told me.
I said possibly. That's the key word. They possibly could be building to that. Possibly. We got to see it. They got to show it. They got to show it. Possibly. They got to show it first.
Just keep you on your toes, man. That's all.
I appreciate that, Terry. But here's the thing. What else does Notre Dame have to play for? All we have known is Notre Dame regular season team since forever. The last time we seen them in the national championship or whatever before the 2024 season was when they got waxed by Bama, and it should have been us. Then you go and you get waxed by Ohio State before Jim Knowles.
I guess what it comes down to,
Jim Knowles give you an opportunity. You have to be more than just a punching bag in college football. And when are we going to hold Notre Dame to that standard as a blue blood? You're a blue blood up north. Ohio State went ahead and did it. We've been holding it down. Where are you?
if we're being honest, Mike, the blue blood thing just don't mean what it used to mean, bro. Like people are blue bloods because of what they did in the past, and it's like it's okay. Like I feel like, let me put it this way: there's a difference in teams that are blue bloods and teams that are like your upper echelon, like best teams or like best colleges in college football. You know what I mean? Like there are teams that are blue bloods that are also have continued to be good over the years and years. I know Notre Dame has not been bad, but also they're not reaching the peak at all. So you have, if you want to like remain in that top tier, that top discussion, you have to occasionally reach the peak. You occasionally have to win a national championship. I mean, Notre Dame is just not doing that. That's why I don't really respect them, Mike. I've been telling you that. I just don't respect them, man.
Here's my thing. When I call him a blue blood, it's because or your blue blood status. It's because how long you've been around, set the foundation for how big your alumni base is and how big your money and wallet is and your resources. That's when I say blue blood, that's what I'm really talking about. Is Notre Dame has more resources than a lot of these other programs. They should be getting a national championship. There should not be. Here's the thing. Notre Dame, Terry, you've been in the space. Notre Dame fans will say that their fan base is bigger than ours. It's global. They have all of this. They got all of that. They're independent. They don't do a conference so that they can have their way, so that they can make their own schedule to be favorable. Your schedule has been favorable, and you still can't win a national championship. We gotta hold them to some standard.
I don't think I can hold them to the national championship standard, man. They haven't been able to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like they
told us Freeman was gonna get them over the hump. They got to. It's not your championship. It's national championship or bust for Notre Dame.
They're gonna win a national championship. I hope that it's with Marcus Freeman as their head coach, because I like Marcus Freeman. Obviously a Buckeye. I hope maybe one day he'll end up coaching at Ohio State, whether it's like a defensive coordinator or maybe he'll be the head coach at Ohio State one day, depending on how things go. But Mike, I just don't think that I can put that on them, bro. I cannot put Natty or bust on Notre Dame this year. I can't do it.
All right. It is May 7th. I want everybody to remember this. Terry is not putting national championship or a bust on them. Now, when the season gets closer around August and these Notre Dame fans get to flapping their gums, y'all hold Terry feet to the fire.
Mike, I cannot put Natty or bust label on a team that lost to Northern Illinois. Come on, man. Come on, Mike. They lost to Northern Illinois. You don't get a Natty or bust label for at least like a couple more years after that. Like, I don't know, man.
I mean, is there anyone else that you can think of? I mean, okay, here's the thing. You put Oregon above Notre Dame.
I did.
Okay. Is Oregon not Natty or bust?
No, I don't think they are.
All the resources that they have put, they said Uncle Phil is pouring out all his resources.
Yeah, into the recruiting classes. They're gonna be Natty or bust in 2 or 3 years.
It's Damn Green and Eugene is what they title and everything.
I think again, Mike. I think that in a couple years, Oregon will be Natty or bust because they're putting that money into the recruiting class. I know they're putting some of it into the transfer portal, so obviously that can get them to that point. But a lot of their talent is young right now. And like you said, they just replaced their entire secondary. How can we call a team Natty or bust and we don't know what any of their players are on their team? Like on like their one whole side of the ball, basically.
Hey, Blue Wolverine asks a great question. Who wins the Natty first, Penn State or Notre Dame?
With the current head coaches, Notre Dame, easily. The answer is easy. Let's be honest. Like James Franklin versus Marcus Freeman. Listen, James Franklin versus Marcus Freeman that's not even really worth having a conversation to me because I think, man, I don't know.
Well,
I might be gassing. I might be gassing a little bit.
You can't put Penn State Natty or bust in.
Huh?
Who wins?
I can.
Who wins a Natty first? Penn State or Notre Dame. Yes, you got Penn State at Natty or bust, and Notre Dame not. That don't even make sense.
Hold on. Let me make it make sense for you, Mike. Just because I think that they're gonna bust and not win the Natty, don't mean that they're not Natty or bust. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like,
I know
they're Natty or bust, but they're not gonna win it. That don't mean that. What do you mean? That makes sense to me. Chat, does that make sense?
Heck no. Oh no. Doreen says she agree with you.
Just 'cause I think they're gonna bust, don't mean they're not Natty or bust, man.
Blue River said, "Got it." Oh man.
I don't believe in James Franklin at all, man. I'll be honest with you. And now they got Jim Knowles too. I just don't believe in that whole staff at all.
Yeah. Tell you, bro.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm not a Jim Knowles apologizer, bro. I really am not.
We're about to get
I watched our
from
defense.
The Knowles family.
No, listen. I watched our defense get torched in every big game possible until like the last 5 games of this season, and I can't, man. I don't know. I can't. It was too much. It was too many years, too many big games, too many long touchdowns, big plays. I can't do it, man.
All right. There was one other thing that I had. Rex Fisher said, Mike, get your Cleveland boys in check. Let McNutt walk. I'm not going to say what he was really saying because I think he meant what he said, but I'm not going to say it. But that's not Cleveland. That's Shaker Heights. So that's exactly what that is, man. We got Garrison up right now. Before I let Garrison go, I need to let Terry tell everybody where they can find you.
Just ask CFB_stop on Twitter, man. That's what I'll be adding on here with my guy Mike. Yeah, I gotta hop off, man.
Terry, I'm only here for one reason, Terry.
All right, let's go. I got till 30, man. 3 minutes. Let's go.
I literally came here because I told Mike I would do this to apologize to you. Apologize to you. You were right. I was wrong about Jim. I read that article and it pissed me off. This asshole has the nerve to sit here and say, "Oh, there was a lot of finger pointing going on after the Oregon game." You're goddamn right, there was. And I told Mike, I said, I was sitting there letting Terry told me to just crash out for Jim Knowles, just for him to do that stupid ESPN article.
Hey, Garrison.
And so
he was defending him, man.
Sorry.
Hey, listen, it's all right, man. Ryan Day saw it. Denzel Burke saw it. Garrison didn't see it. That's all right. That's okay, man.
And I'm walking around like this.
All right.
No, not too much, Paul.
Man, what's he doing, man? What was that?
That's
Garrison, you about to get clipped up.
Hey, I appreciate the apology. All is well.
But but shout out to Garrison for being able to apologize. Hey,
that was real. That was real stuff right there.
Also, that's part of being a Buckeye man, accepting responsibility and accountability. Maybe Team Up North fans can appreciate that and can learn something because their whole culture comes from Ohio State anyways. So they might as well learn accountability from Ohio State.
They were in that space, man. They didn't see how I was coming at Terry over Jim Knowles, bro. Well, I had to like Jim Knowles, like I was on a Jim Knowles. Like he paid me to do it, bro. Like my God, we didn't record that. Did we?
Oh snap!
That wasn't recorded space.
I don't think it was, man. I probably would get you up.
But again, I want to go ahead and thank all of our members. Shout out to Doreen, Blue Wolverine, Windstars Align, Bootzilla, Jordan, Grizz, Robert, Jam, Philip, Doug, and our guy, John. We appreciate you all again. Garrison, before we get out of here, do you want to drop the bomb on them or should we just wait?
Y'all got to do it now. Mike been teasing them the whole episode.
I mean, they got to get their memberships in, man.
Okay.
They about to miss out.
I'll put it out there. I won't say the name. How about that?
Hey.
Yeah, don't say the name. That's fine. That's fair.
In about 2 weeks, if you're a member, you'll be able to. We'll put it out eventually, but for the members, they'll get a chance to live react and watch while we interview a football starter on the Ohio State football team. Mike and I will be interviewing them probably in 2 weeks here. Won't let you know who the player is.
That's so lit. I didn't even know this. I'm finding out with y'all, chat. I did not know this.
Oh, no, Terry, we'll tell you who it is, Terry. We'll tell you who it is after this.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'll text it to you, Terry. I'll text it to you guys.
I got you.
But we've been working out the last few days, and it finally worked out. But yeah, if you remember, you'll be able to see that interview. And what I will be doing is doing a draw of our members, and whoever wins gets to ask this certain player whatever question they like.
Oh,
that's pretty cool. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
All right, y'all.
I gotta go, Mike.
We all about to head out of here.
Real quick, Buckeye Sean, I just got back from my dad's. I helped my dad out, and I forgot they were on, so I'm happy I made it to say sorry to that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Garrison, man. We appreciate you all, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We are out of here.
Later, y'all.
All right, Terry.
Hold on, Garrison. Oh.